icon. Gonna fly at a little under voltage. It always laugh. I don't always push the send button on the chargers. I end up in a situation where I thought that I was charging, but I wasn't. And since you can fly this thing for like 15 minutes on full charge, we're going to come out here and lift off with, I say it ends up being 12 even, but maybe 12.1 since we have a bit of a wind. Notice some spots on my gray on the aircraft that need to be perhaps touched up, but I don't know about my ambition level. Yeah, there's no water rudder on this thing, sort of. There we go. Lift right off with a little wind. I think it was Renfield that put flaps on his. Oh, I was wrong. Ended up cooking off about 4 volts. Getting up off the water, breaking that surface tension. Well, it's nice to get a flight. I didn't expect one this morning. Imagine my joy when I got up at 4:30 and I saw that the wind was low. We're still at 3 to 5. Just plenty nice, particularly when it's not turbid. Herein lies my problem. Well, there we go. That was correct. Yeah, I didn't bring the sea wind out here because I'm used to it being a hassle. I should have brought it out here, although it matches the sky too closely, so that gives me enough of the creeps that I'm not interested in flying that thing in overcast or near overcast conditions. What else do I have on skis? Anything? At the big one of these. What else? I don't know. That's about it. You know,
11.9
these guys are 60 aircraft and 90. Mine's cut in half. So half of them are dedicated to the water, and then half is dedicated to the land and the wheels. And it does reduce my opportunities to mix and match models. Stupid birds following my airplane. Spring, so they're super territorial right now because birds are thinking about ladybirds. And by ladybirds, I don't mean Lady Bird Johnson.
11.8 volts.
Anybody? Anybody? Yeah, so old. So in review, had a great birthday, hung out with a wifey, hung out by the pool, made the mistake of going up to a Beef O'Brady's and having their build your own burger, whereupon they added extra salt and more importantly, grease. God, it tastes good when you're eating it though. And was up at 4:30, changing the oil out in my
11.6 volts.
Onan 4500 generator in my rig. And I have a note to myself to change the oil out in my home generator. It's a 3000 kW or 3500 kW Honda knockoff by a company called Keypor, Honda motor, but Chinese components for the electric and stuff. But I haven't ran the thing. And I know that they say water, you know, ends up getting up inside the crankcase you know,
11.5 volts.
in the form of humidity. What I may do is just give it a pull start. I hate to even put gas in it. So the weather's supposed to be looking up Thursday and Friday, which also happen to be days when my wife has to get up early and do some dog sitting. Oh, there's a bird out there on the tree. Is that an eagle? Oh.
11.5 volts.
Well, I used to be good at flying over there and not hitting that tree. See if I can do a screen capture on this. Yeah, I used to get video or stills off of that dead pine tree over there. With we used to have a nesting pair of eagles, but one of the storms killed the male. And I think the female, contrary to popular belief, went on off and found her another male and went to his house.
11.4 volts.
But it could be an eagle. I don't know. See what I can find from the video. Eagle or an osprey. Looks like either it's an immature bald eagle or it's an osprey. But the way it's sitting, it looks like an eagle. And it's staying, as if to say, fuka thou, human.
11.4 volts.
Yeah, I don't have that camera directly pointed off of it. I've got it askew intentionally. Well, the rest of the neighborhood should be waking up by about now and considering the virtues of a cup of coffee. Yeah, I think I have binoculars in the truck. Well, I do. Oh, but I'm wearing glasses, which are a hassle. Osprey or eagle? Or vulture?
11.2 volts.
Another beautiful day. So I'm out of here hurricane season. I have had them chase me up the eastern seaboard before. Actually, it's going to suck a little bit because if we don't leave until late May, then I don't get to visit with friends all the way up. This thing will fly forever.
Volts.
A little dirty air action. Who was it that flew the other day until he ran out of battery? Was that Ute telemetry working? Not? That's funny. Oh, and special shout out to In the Tube Deep for having to deal with his misery. Yep. His particular situation is well known by us in the medical field.
11.1 volts.
He's moving, whatever he is. Well, if I didn't know better, I'd say it's an eagle. And then the wind started to pick up. Ain't scared of me though. Alright, what do you say we go ahead and get this thing on the deck? Hi, Con. Oh, not quite as smooth as I've been, but man, when you get them away like 150 feet or so, it does make it more difficult to see what you're doing.
Volts.
I'll see if I can get binoculars up there.
Throttle.
See what we got. See,
11.3 volts.
good morning, guys. Joe Pal Brian. It's March 2nd, 2021, year of our Lord. And slipping out between fronts. We're having a little cool front action. We have actually two of them on top of us. Excuse me, coming. I figured I'd slip out before it got windy. It was supposed to be like 16 miles per hour out here, and it's not. Proving once again I could have a career as a weatherman because they get paid to lie. Had a really nice birthday yesterday, just me and the wife. Son called me up, congratulated me for making it this far, which I certainly appreciate. Let's see if I can drop this in over here where I'm less likely to get into the weeds. Oops. Come here, you. But yeah, had a really nice day. See if I can get this out there a bit. And we'll stop her.
12.5 volts. Throttle disabled. Throttle active.
Go backwards just a bit. That generally loosens up the
That was the right switch.
accumulated plant life. Taking off. There we go. It's a little crusty up there, to be certain, but Figured I'd come out and fly anyway. I got up at 4:30 this morning. We had a real nice time laying by the pool and
12.1 volts.
enjoying the hot tub and just enjoying our little backyard resort. And then as the evening wore on, we both agreed that a greasy spoon hamburger would be in order. So we went over to our local purveyor of greasy spoon and yeah, while we're eating it, we're like, oh man, we need a Rolaids. Like while we're eating it. Oh, but it was good. So anywho, that had me up at 4:30. I was thinking about
12 volts.
all the cool stuff I wanted to get done today. So I just decided to get up. I'm out there literally replacing the oil in my Onan 4500 house generator in my rig with a headlight. I'm wanting to get up on top of the rig. I've got either my antenna pooped the bed. It's a Weingard razor, which is a great concept, but in practice it just doesn't really work that well through quality control on their side. But basically it uses a
11.8 volts.
oh, I forget what cable, but it's the same cable they use for satellites, and it transmits not only data but a little bit of electricity to turn the motor on the Razor automatic over-the-air antenna. So it shoot me an error code that it's not connected, so I'm gonna slip up there and pull the connector off and clean it real good and see if that doesn't do it. If it does, then when I installed it, I don't think I had anything to seal it with, the cable, and that's what happens. Junk gets in there, whether you like it or not.
11.6 volts.
So I'm going to slip up on top of the roof. As we're getting older, and now that I'm damn near, I'm a few years away from being Fergie's age, but now that I'm getting older, little something there for you, Ferg. I am a little bit more careful about stuff. Like in light of the lipo fire the other day, what we both decided to do was carry that doggone radio with us everywhere. So I put batteries in it, something I should have done a long time ago, and enjoy using the intercom system of a baby monitor. That way I
11.5 volts.
know exactly what's going on in the garage if I'm not going to stand there and watch the batteries charge and discharge. So with that said, getting on top of the rig anymore without letting the wifey know what I'm doing is also out. Hey, I'm going up. That way if she doesn't hear from me for a while or hears a thump, because you ain't gonna wipe out. Where you're gonna wipe out is getting onto the ladder, transitioning from the roof of the rig onto the ladder. And it just, that's it. I'm super careful right there. In fact, I'm probably gonna change shoes.
11.4 volts.
So I'm not using the fashionable lady getters that are Crocs, something that stays on your foot. It's less likely to fall off as you're transitioning. But yeah, I'm going to work on that today since we're kind of overcast and it's cooler prior to the front. It's 20 degrees cooler today than it would be yesterday. Yep, that's Florida life. Other news, I'm about 90 days from leaving, going to Maine. Wife says we can drive a day, rest a day, drive a day, and be in Maine in 10 days. So we're interested in
11.4 volts.
moving forward on that because it looks like most likely we're getting our vaccinations this month or at worst the following month. Pretty jazzed about that. So the balance of my morning will because this is what my life has come to, enjoying chores. The balance of the morning will include finishing oiling up the generator. I need to crank it up and get some oil pumped through the oil filter. Top off that generator. I'm going to go up on top and see what's doing with my razor,
2 volts.
and then see if I can't repair it. And if for some reason I can't, which I most likely can, I'll just buy another one. Also, spring has sprung here in Florida, and I'm going to be gone next week, celebrating my 35th year wedding anniversary at a beautiful bed and breakfast in northern Florida, southern Georgia, place we've been to about a half a dozen times throughout the years.
11.2 volts.
And we sit idle for about 45 days, and we'll spend 7 days up in North Florida in April, early May. Little camp out action. And then we'll stand down the balance of the time waiting to leave for probably 6 months. Sherba's talking about the UP of Michigan.
11 volts.
It's supposed to be beautiful. I'll miss my home and I'll miss my aircraft. But I'll be carrying a little something with me, the Ultrix, and little Timby. May even carry my
11.1 volts.
ZMR 250, because I really don't have anything as stable as I did with go ahead and land here. The battery will break. Wind is coming directly at me. Oh, that was beautiful.
Low rates. High rates.
See if we can get her turned.
Volts.
Yeah, I really did like the JJRC M02, if not for its unbelievable stability. So you can kind of fly it around a campground, didn't have to worry about whacking anybody with it. Oop. Got hung up in the weeds.
Oh yeah, that was the right switch.
I'm surprised what I got out of that. Let's see. Let's see. We're just going to experiment with here a bit. Experiment with keeping me out of the water.
Oh yeah, that was the right switch. 11.2 volts.
Okay, experiment 1.
Throttle dizzy.
Yay. Yeah, these things, see them? Just collect. These water rudders are just worthless anyway. All right, I'll be back in a minute.